checked in, she was actually winning.
Wow.
She was like maybe
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she's leading 1-0 at the moment, so she's doing very well.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Wifecoach's family all plays Hearthstone.
Right.
And specifically, Wifecoach's significant other, his better half, Wifecoach is winning the series 1-0 over Maverick, one of the best players from the French community, although he does hail from Belgium.
Yeah.
It does identify primarily with the French community there.
Yeah.
And she's playing some control strategies too. Good for her. Although this N'Zoth looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talking to her last night, she was very nervous about this matchup, and Wifecoach was sat next to her, and he just said, she's over 60% with every class on ladder. It's like, she can play
amazing.
this game, you know?
She must be really smart. I mean, if you have to be very intellectually capable to match up with someone like Wifecoach.
I mean, she used to play backgammon well for money, so she's good at this sort of thing. This game is very similar to backgammon in the way you have to approach it.
Yeah, very solid indeed. Looks like Mrs. Koi clearing, making sure not to draw any extra cards.
Yeah, we can't see the pack sizes, unfortunately, so we can't make an estimate on who's ahead in fatigue.
Yeah.
But that's the brawl used on the N'Zoth, which is always a handy thing, obviously.
I'm glad we got to the exciting part of the control warrior mirror.
I know who's ahead on fatigue.
Wifecoach is ahead in fatigue. And she has minions to play versus Maverick, who doesn't, and Maverick is just stuck on hero powering. It looks like Wifecoach has got this. Why does she have to ever develop anything onto the board?
58 versus 61. Yeah.
Oh, she's got. I was told that she also climbs the legend every season.
Sure, I mean,
easily.
Just casually, one of the best players in the game nobody really knows about.
What if she's actually the brains behind Wifecoach?
Hang on, we've had this one before. Let's not go down that.
This entire time, we thought that Wifecoach was the man of the minute, but there was a woman behind the curtain the entire time.
Why is he casting? Yeah.
Behind every great Hearthstone player
is Wifecoach.
Is Wifecoach.
Awesome. And she has got this absolutely in the bag. And she has an emergency out on Sylvanas if something was going wrong. We can see it's not going to go wrong.
I'm impressed. You know, winning control warrior mirrors is not an easy feat at all. And looks like she's navigated very well. You know, people are like asking, why are you, like, there's a lot of traps you can fall into. For example, playing Sylvanas. Right now, playing Sylvanas here is actually one of the worst things you can do, because your opponent can force you to steal Sylvanas, and then, or sorry, to steal your minion and steal your Acolyte of Pain, and then falling behind in fatigue.
And that is why Maverick's presumably playing on, because he knows that is one way that he could possibly get slightly ahead in the fatigue war.
Yeah. He's giving opportunities for Wifecoach to mess up, but she's just not. And she did really good job. Make sure not to overdraw or by accident, by playing Acolytes, by slamming for cards, by shield blocking.
And I think what we should do with all control warrior matchups is go to it on the first step of fatigue, reinvent the whole game, and then just see the end of it.
This is actually how Hearthstone would package on TV. We just get to this is almost like the red zone for NFL, where you go to
just over to the Wifecoach match. Exactly.
The touchdown goal line play.
Yeah. We get red zone in Europe too.
We skipped to the good part. All the foreplay and everything was thrown out the window. We just got straight to the climax.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is this part. People always want to see how it comes down to the control warrior matchups and how the damage is.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2-0. We can see now why we've just had a whole match and an interview while this game was going on, by the way.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting for this to end, because it is going to be a win for Wifecoach. Unless we're both missing something when we joined in here, but I can't see what it could possibly be.
No, I mean, there's still no pressure for Wifecoach to play the Sylvanas here. Although, one thing that is interesting is that even if Maverick forced Wifecoach to steal the Acolyte of Pain, it wouldn't actually do anything, because Maverick doesn't have ways to activate the draw.
Maybe he's just hoping that she plays around a card he hasn't got.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So he's hoping she plays around Deathwing or something and messes up. And like you say, it's not actually going to matter.
All right, well, Maverick's just going to concede here. Wifecoach is up 2-0 over Maverick, which, by the way, last year, I know Maverick definitely took a little bit of a break after last year for 2016, but in 2015, Maverick was one of the highest performing players in the world. Like, I think in Europe server, which people agreed was the hardest last year and this year, he didn't fall out of the top 20 all year.
Yeah.
Every season, from January to December, he got top 20 legend.
Wow.
Every season. This is the kind of caliber player that Maverick is. And Wifecoach is showing he's not a big deal. Just up 2-0 casually.
Round 2
with
on stream.
Control Warrior.
Yeah.
With not exactly the easiest deck in Hearthstone. I mean, I don't think Control Warrior is the hardest, but it's definitely somewhere in the middle spectrum.
And the mirror's definitely a pro player thing to learn as well. So
she also like really pays attention during tournaments and talks about plays with Wifecoach. I'm really intimidated by this woman.
I think you've cracked
She's also 6'5" at least, or like 200 meters, or 200 centimeters tall.
Meters tall.
She's also like 200 centimeters tall and just like an Amazonian goddess, just stepping over mere ants like myself all the time. So
and she memes better than Wifecoach as well.
Yeah.
I've seen her in a subway queue with Wifecoach at some point, and he was
Look at this. She has fireworks on 2.
That's how you
She is
play.
Disciple of Cthulhu. Maverick might just be dead. And Wifecoach would be 2-0 in Swiss, having taken down one of the players of 2015. One of the greatest players of 2015.
Yeah, she literally stood in a subway queue with Wifecoach when he's choosing his subway one time. She says, "Don't tell me he's going to rope this as well." Literally said that in front of a room full of Hearthstone players. So,
I mean, and
up to date with every aspect of the game.
I think a lot of people would be looking at the situation, which, by the way, Maverick sees the Fire Warx, probably wants Voidwalker as the most impactful card.
Right.
I think a lot of people look at the situation and just imagine that maybe it's a little bit easier to play some of these strategies, but I think at the same time, you can just see the thought processes going behind Wifecoach and just how much information she's absorbed just by watching Wifecoach and practicing with him and playing with him all the time.
And like you say, going to Legend every season is a thing. And just when you are around other Hearthstone players, let alone living with one, being married to one, you pick up tidbits anyway from each other.
She's hit Legend more times in 2016 than Reynad did. What do you think about it?
Yeah, cool. And more than most people, I would think, because everybody misses one here and there.
Correct, because Reynad missed it one season.
He'll really thank you for that later, I'm sure.
I'm sure he will.
Okay, so she's managed to set up an okay position here. She's probably going to be able to clear a couple of times.
Acolyte makes sense. That's the time you can get it before your opponent buffs it by too much, and as a result gets a clean kill. The Soulfire is not ideal unless it discards Silverware Golem.
Which it does not. In fact, it gets rid of the card he needed to win, and that's going to make it very, very difficult now.
Yeah. Although, the nice thing about Maverick's choice to go for this Possessed Villager is that's a lot more resilient to things like Cthulhu's Chosen. Ends up making it a very awkward play. But I don't really think you have a better option here.
Yeah, you're looking to curve as much as possible here through turns 5, 6, and 7, and having a mixture of casting costs just makes that so much easier. So just getting rid of this 4 from your hand, I think, is a good plan, as well as the fact it's not a bad play anyway.
Wifecoach drew Cthulhu. That could be really bad for Maverick if he's not able to end this game within the next few turns here.
I was going to say this is the awkward turn, and I think it is still the awkward turn, but
yeah. Slam is interesting, but I don't think it's that effective right now because you can't kill much.
You can slam and disciple the Councilman to set up a ghoul for next turn. It's a bit brave.
Okay. That is a bit brave because Defender of Argus would kill you.
That's fair, yeah. Defender of Argus would be game over, so.
You could also just Ravage Ghoul this turn and set up for Disciple of Cthulhu next turn.
Sure. But that then buffs the Councilman by 1 when you kill the Villager.
Yeah.
Are you my master?
Vector of Evil. It's either way, you're kind of like trapped by the Defender of Argus problem.
And this solves that problem in fairness, because now she's got that same play next turn if there's no Argus, and if there is, you've got this 2/3 that's in the way. So that solves all the issues after the slam.
Yeah, I still think there was room for maybe the Disciple of Cthulhu in the previous turn, but I think given that the fact that you feel like the Disciples Cthulhu and Ravaging Ghoul is so powerful next turn that you feel pretty comfortable. And if your opponent doesn't have Defender of Argus, you're in a good spot.
And yeah.
Oh, that's an unfortunate discard again. Maverick was really looking for the Silverware Golem, and he loses Demon Fire, which Demon Fire is pretty impactful.
This turn's going to just turn the game on its head now. Wifecoach going to have temporary board at least, which should get her into 2 turns closer to Cthulhu territory. And if she gets that Cthulhu, that will almost certainly be game over if she's on any health total at all.
I'll find it.
What's the card draw going to be? It's not an immediate impact though, even though it's a good card. Okay, that helps.
That's a good card.
Yeah, so this is
But how
going to
much
mean the
time?
Direwolf's good.
How much time does Maverick realistically have? Cthulhu will be a 14-14 if that Cthulhu's Chosen gets played anywhere between now and turn 10.
And this is just such a good Sylvanas board as well. Oh my goodness, and that's going to buy him even more time. Starting like Wifecoach's turn 5 really solved a lot of these problems of this deck.
Dang. She also has Brawl in case the board gets too out of control. I don't want to call it early because I know Zoo can definitely do some good stuff, and Maverick doesn't have Life Tap, one of the best hero powers in the game. But it's looking pretty tough for him to climb back from this position if he's not able to secure it. Double Void Caller is pretty impactful to stop the Ancient Shield Bearer from destroying the board single-handedly. So it's not necessarily the worst sequence of draws here.
But he's got issues now. Not only has he got to try and find a way to kill this board off, but he's got to find a way to actually deliver 29 plus points of damage before Cthulhu just comes down and like destroys everything. And this is the right play. I think he's decided, look, given all the things I just said, I've got to go all in. Unfortunately for him,
there's a Brawl.
Brawl is waiting.
Yeah, Brawl is a very real possibility. If she doesn't feel threatened, she can also just play Sylvanas and pass. Like, play Sylvanas, kill a minion, and pass. That's also a viable play because you get Sylvanas on the board before Brawl. Okay, shield block first because it looks like Wifecoach is going to Brawl this turn.
She's got to decide whether she thinks a 2-2 is a win or a loss for her as well. So she may trade, she'll probably trade first, but she's also got to decide, actually, do I mind if anything but this Imp Gank boss lives?
Yeah.
She'll probably trade first though.
Actually,
more chance of winning.
Like Sylvanas, now that I look at how everything panned out, you're at a really comfortable health total prior to this Brawl. And I think now that she has Shield Slam, I think maybe she even just plays Cthulhu's Chosen Shield Slam and just whittled down the board, like Shield Slam the 2-2, and then be really safe. Because here's the problem, is that now you don't really get to play Sylvanas and the Cthulhu's Chosen. If you played Sylvanas this turn, you could have played Brawl and Cthulhu's Chosen, win the board no matter what, and have a 4-2 Divine Shield.
Yeah,
so,
now one of those cards never gets played, and you're open to this play.
Yeah. So that was definitely a slight sequencing thing that ended up costing Wifecoach a potential opportunity to swing the board.
Maverick now finally wins the roll with the RNG. There's only one card in hand, but hey, it worked.
Now the board kind of refills immediately. So, okay, Maverick's hedging his bets against a second Brawl.
So she still has Sylvanas into Shield Slam. Oh, Gorehal's huge as well. That gives her so many ways now to do this. Given that Cthulhu's coming down next turn, if she wants it, she doesn't have to. She can stall it a turn or two. Turn 10 could be just Cthulhu's Chosen into Sylvanas.
She might just kill Maverick too.
Right, it's
like,
getting
that Cthulhu is not going to be small at all. And if Wifecoach chooses the Gorehal in this position, and Cthulhu lands just right, I mean, Warlock could effectively just die.
They're looking really good for Wifecoach here on the edge of a 3-0 win. Will she be able to convert it? It's looking like she will.
Yeah, I'm not sure about... Okay, well, in this position, Defender of Argus is really, really powerful. You definitely think want to play Imp Gang boss because of the threat of Cthulhu.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a difficult looking turn. You can't really Cthulhu. Well, you can, actually.
You can just Sylvanas.
It's 12-12.
Slam. Cthulhu's also pretty good here. I mean, Cthulhu's just pushing the issue of killing your opponent.
I think the main thing if you're going to Cthulhu is deciding whether you want to attack into anything first or if you just want to let it run riot. And she's just going to deal with the problem minion first. Probably Sylvanas then.
Yeah, part of the problem with the line of play that she took was that it looks like she set up for Cthulhu on 10, but because she didn't like set up Sylvanas and Cthulhu's Chosen in previous turns, the board's not nearly as good. And all of a sudden, there's doubt. There's hesitation on whether or not she feels like she can get away with Cthulhu.
I have no time for games.
And now Sylvanas comes down, which, better late than never. Very impactful card. I do like using Shield Slam here and taking it.
Yeah, you just clear up as much stuff as you can because, like you say, she's not actually that far from killing him, although these taunts have changed that issue a bit, obviously. And just getting rid of things means your Cthulhu's so much more powerful next turn.
unraveling a little bit here. If she wanted to attack, didn't really matter that much for the armor.
Sure.
So one of the things to consider too is Maverick still hasn't played Doomguard, and he's one of the most powerful cards against Control Warrior or Cthulhu Warrior. Because if they use their shield slams, they don't have execute, then how does Doomguard do anything? Or how do you deal with Doomguard?
Right.
Excuse me.
I guess his thing here is, the first thing he's got to consider is, would she have played Cthulhu if she had it? He needs to spend some time working that out. It's taken Wifecoach 75 seconds to think about it. He's got to at least pay that some thought. And now he's just going to go all in again, I think.
8, 10, 12. Yeah, not enough. I think it's 16 damage maximum.
Yeah, you've also,
Yeah.
if there's, from coming back the other way, he's got to kill this Sylvanas, otherwise
Yeah.
Cthulhu for 2 to the face, apart from, if it doesn't clear, it goes face, and if it does clear, you win as well.
Yeah,
So.
you're right. Definitely a really good option here to... Ooh. He's just figuring out which the best one to trade, perhaps, or just go face.
Oh yeah, he had to hedge his bets in case it hit or missed.
Yeah, but he needs to trade this 1/1 in.
Right.
because the silver or gold needs to get discarded. He also needs to go fast because he's just going to run out of time for attacking.
Yeah, he's a long way behind time there if that's representative.
Oh no, Maverick.
How much did he get off? He got some of it through, I think.
Oh no! The fact that he couldn't trade into the silver golem, that might be the damage to end the game.
So here, I'm just going to double check, but you play the Cthulhu, which is 12-12.
Yeah.
If 3 of them go face, you win on the spot.
Definitely.
And most of the other outcomes are good as well.
Oh, that Imp Gang boss summoning the 1/1's pretty annoying. Oh, but it can't summon extra minions.
It kind of whiffed everything. Yeah, Wifecoach's eyes are like wide open, like, how did nothing die?
Yeah.
Why is it all on 1
I
health?
think she played that a little quickly. She could have gone... Well, I guess at the same time, if she got lucky and it hit face enough, she
No,
could
it was
have killed
5 times she needed to hit face, actually. I was thinking it was less.
But she could have just killed the Imp Gang boss first and then done it.
So are there
Oh,
any
man.
lethals here? 2, 3, 4, 9, 11, 12. Both Soulfires have gone?
One Soulfire at least is gone. Yeah, both Soulfires might be gone. He needs another Doomguard right here.
Oh, does this stop the Cthulhu from getting through if you buff the Doomguard, though?
Yeah, you
It gets
on
executed.
paper it does because you kill off the
Yeah, it gets
Silver Golem.
executed.
But it gets executed, and that should be the game. Unless Maverick...
Actually, she only has a trigger for... She can't attack into it. Yeah, if he kills the Silverware Golem.
No, you just kill off the small minion with the Gorehowl, and then you like shield slam execute the big minion. Yeah, Maverick's gonna trade down. He's going to go face, and that's gonna be the series.
Wifecoach
Wifecoach
3-0
3-0
on her first streamed game.
Her first tournament.
First streamed tournament game, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, she was really nervous about this, and she'll be delighted. Not just because she's 2-0,
my
but
goodness.
she wanted to make a good impression if she was cast. And she's just beaten Maverick 3-0. That could be called making a good impression.
Yep, Maverick knows exactly what time it is. It's time to scoop it up. Congratulations, Wifecoach goes to round 3 undefeated.
And I'm with you. I think she's just been the driving force all this time.
Yeah, Wifecoach's greatest secret is out. His practice partner is not practice partner is not Thijs from the Netherlands, not RDU from Romania. It could be just his significant other, the love of his life, the woman of his dreams, sitting right next to him the entire time. The secret's out.
She wants him to go bungee jumping. She wants him to have blue hair. She wants to do all these things, and he just keeps winning.
That's right. You think that Wifecoach was the one who came up with that bet?
Yeah, exactly. She's trying to
It was
get him to
actually
lose
her
them.
the entire time.
He just
Oh
keeps
my
getting
God.
through. Wow.
Truth is out.
I'll tell you what was a lot of fun. Sat with Wifecoach watching that match. That was definitely a lot of fun.
What was he saying?
He was just so tense and like very much like, all right, okay, so this needs to happen. And she needs to do this. He's like, oh, she's doing it. It's going great. So I'm so excited.
Great stuff. Great
Awesome.
stuff.
I'll wait
Well,
for them.
Wifecoach is joined with
Yeah.
us for an interview. Raven, you can go ahead and ask the first question.
Yep. There we go. Congratulations on the
thank
win.
you.
We missed the first game, but a 3-0 victory must feel pretty good against Maverick.
It does actually, yeah.
Was it just like, yeah, it does.
Everything about this conversation is awesome. Also, the juxtaposition of Raven next to her. Do you want to sit on Wifecoach's lap and ask for
I should
Christmas
just try and
presents,
set up
Raven?
as well. I should try and set up. But no, was the series pretty straightforward for you? Was there any major problems?
Well, I was pretty excited, to be honest. It's my first tournament I play, so I'm actually really excited. Maverick, definitely a strong player, but I got lucky as well, so not complaining about it. So
You're playing some really hard matchups, you know, playing Cthulhu Warrior against other Control Warrior styles, and it seems like you have a lot of experience. Can you talk about how much Hearthstone you've actually played?
well, I played Hearthstone on and off basically for the last 2 years, but with family and husband and job and all that, I don't really have too much time. But when Cthulhu came out, I actually gave it a go and played a lot for a month, and that's my deck basically. I just love it.
Cthulhu Warrior?
Yes, there is like so much armor, and you have so much life and so much stuff you can do, and so much synergy between different stuff, so it's big fun.
Yeah, that's how Wifecoach knew that you were the one. Even though he already knew, but it's like, my wife is a Control Warrior player. It's like, put a ring on that, immediately stat life goals.
Any more questions, guys?
I'm done.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll let you relax for a minute.
Thank you very much.
Prepare for the next series. Yeah, so just some updates as well for some standout performances from round 2 so far. Is Tars beat Mitsuhide 3-2, so he's rocking, doing pretty well. Nick Chipper 3-0'd Oderman with his Hunter, which was pretty good. Not a deck we expect too much, but Nick Chipper's a Hunter specialist, so not too much of a surprise. Oskaka beat Spo.
Okay.
As well, so he's doing really well. And then Firebat 3-0'd Sidonia. So, if I recovering from that first match loss overall. So, pretty good performances from those guys, but there's still plenty more rounds to go, of course.
Do we know what happened between Hoy and Sho? That was one of the matches we were thinking about putting on stream.
It wasn't over when I checked, so I'm not 100% sure, but we can update when we come back. But yeah, that's going to be it for us for now while we prepare for the next round. So we'll be back fairly soon, so don't go anywhere. This is Dreamhack Hearthstone Grand Prix here in Jönköping, Sweden.